All right, good morning, guys. It is January 16th, day 16 of Going Ham series. Not to put it out there, but it is my birthday today, so happy birthday to me. Starting off the celebration with a liquid death here. In case you don't know, this is just water in a can, nothing special. So for today, I am going on a little birthday run, about a mile run. So we'll see how that is. I'm gonna try my best to time it, but the problem is that I'm gonna be hitting 2 stoplights. So I don't know if I'm actually gonna be able to get a true time of like what my mile time is gonna be. So anyways, as for yesterday, I didn't film a whole lot just because I was so busy. I worked until like 11:30 at night and didn't even get done everything that I needed to. So I'm hoping to film a little bit more today. I am doing a run that is part of my endurance workout today, and then just doing a outdoor weighted walk as well. So yeah, I'll check in with you guys later. All right, so what's up, guys? It is January 17th. Talking to you guys for the first time today. So I wanted to talk about real quick what happened yesterday. So I told you guys I was going to be running a mile. So I actually decided to change it up and to go to a park to run my mile. Went to the park, was a little less than a quarter of a mile in, and all of a sudden my neck pain came raging back. So I stopped running, and my neck pain was pretty severe yesterday, so I didn't do any more workouts or anything yesterday. So yes, that means that I failed 75 hard yesterday, so be it, but I need to take a day off. Actually, I'm taking yesterday off, but I might take today off too. I might go for a weighted walk later, but we'll see. As for today, my neck is feeling better than yesterday, but definitely not as good as it was feeling the day before. So I'm just gonna have to see. Once again, just going back to hot and cold cycles, trying to make it better. But yeah, so having a little break on day 16 as in yesterday. But yeah, so we're still going strong tomorrow. Still planning on hitting the gym, hitting cardio hard. So I'll keep you guys in the loop here. So all right, good morning, guys. It is January 20th, day 20 of the Going Ham series. I'm checking in with you guys for the first time in several days here, and I have reasoning for that. So let's go over the reasoning for that here. So number one, it was my birthday, and on January 16th, went on a run, or I had the intention to go on a run, and I hurt my neck again. So that's put me a little bit out of commission once again. I've been doing everything that I can to kind of rehab that. It has gotten better a lot more quickly. So that day I was pretty much out for the day. So the next day I was feeling a lot better. So the day after that I was feeling even more better. I would say perhaps even better than before I heard it again. So that has been good. Yeah, so as far as the Going Ham series, obviously taking 3 days off has been a huge hit, because when I don't do activity, obviously I don't drop weight. So, my weight, I actually did gain a little bit of weight. I'm talking like a pound or two, but right now I'm back to 220.4, I believe, which is exactly where I left off prior to re-injuring my neck. So, we're getting back to it today. I do have a upper workout that I'm going to be taking easy. So here's what's going on that I'm 98% sure is the reasoning for my neck injuries. So whenever I'm, whether it's curling or shrugging or anything like that, what's happening is that when I do those movements, I'm forcing my head forward, and then I'm forcing my head forward as I am curling or shrugging. So I'm doing a shrug. I'm going like this, and that's basically pushing my neck kind of out of alignment while I'm doing those movements, and under heavy loads like that, it's just destroying my neck. So for this last time, it was for heavy straight bar curls that did it. So I'm really going to be focusing on not doing that with those movements, going a little bit lighter, and also kind of staying away for those movements as for the time being. So that is an update with that. I also have a weighted walk and pacers today that I'm probably not going to show you guys, but because you've seen it before, but just know that that's what I'm doing. Otherwise, I have a super busy day today, editing a bunch of videos. I haven't taken videos because my phone and my computer have been pretty much completely full of memory. So obviously there's like not a way for me to take videos, simply because I've been too busy to edit anything and get anything up. I can't delete anything to make up more storage. Once again, this just goes along with kind of preparing and like diving into the whole YouTube scheme. You know, these videos take up a lot of space, so I'm having to buy memory cards and upgrade computers and stuff like that. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to be filming today and taking you guys along with me. All right, y'all, so I wanted to show what I am having for lunch on this day. So what I did is I took a bunch of chicken and I cubed it up. Now this chicken wasn't even completely thawed. So here's the deal. If you're going to cook chicken breast, it needs to be completely thawed if you're going to be cooking it whole, okay? Now, if it's not completely thawed, you need to thaw it completely. What's going to happen is that as the outside of the chicken cooks, the inside is not. So what's going to happen is that the outside is going to start to dry out significantly before the inside gets a chance to cook. And what's going to happen is you're going to have an extremely dry piece of chicken. So I cut this up. Now, if a piece of chicken is a little bit frozen, but you're cutting it up like this, that's completely fine because you have more surface area so that it'll cook more quickly. And for this application, it doesn't necessarily matter that much. So I have a 12-inch pan here, a touch of oil with this cut up chicken in. I'm going to turn it on about medium heat. I'm then seasoning it heavily. I got some paprika, some cumin, a little bit of garlic powder, salt, pepper. That's it. I'm then going to cook this until it is cooked through. I'm also going to be adding water occasionally. What the water is going to do is it's going to cool down the pan so that this doesn't brown too quickly or overheat. So, and the water almost acts as a, it sort of redistributes the spices and the seasonings and gives you, in my opinion, a more like thorough season. I have no idea if that's like scientifically backed, but in my experience, that's what happens when you add water to a product like this. All right, so then from here, you can see we got a little bit of water in the bottom. Now, since, like I said, this was a little bit frozen, so it's going to continue to cook and actually release some moisture as well. That's perfectly fine. I'm also going to add a little bit of tomato paste to this. What the tomato paste is going to do, first of all, it's not very many calories at all. So like personally, I don't even count something like that. It's going to like thicken that moisture that's left, and it's going to give you a really nice consistency with your chicken. Also, pro tip, spend the extra money for a tube of tomato paste rather than dealing with cans if you use tomato paste all the time. Now, I completely understand if you want to use a can for, you know, a large amount of tomato paste, but if you're just using a little bit at a time like I did here, then just buy yourself a tube. I think they're like $3 or $4 at the grocery store, so pick yourself up one if you use it more than just like once. So, and I haven't even told you guys what I'm making yet here. So what I'm actually making is a Mexican pizza. So this is using a pre-made pizza crust. Now, let me go ahead and make a disclaimer. This was a pretty high calorie meal. I think that the total calories came to 1,450 calories. That's a lot. So I don't recommend this pizza crust, but it's the only thing that I could find. This pizza crust alone was 600 calories. So what I would recommend is if you can find like the Joseph's flatbreads. I know that some Walmarts have them, some other grocery stores have them. Guess what? None of my grocery stores have them. So none of my Kroger stores have them. No Walmart near me has them, so I gotta use what I can. So if you were to use, oh, you could also use a lavash from Trader Joe's. Highly recommend. I think that those come in to 220 or 240 calories, and it would be a pretty similar amount of surface area, I should say. But those are excellent as a pizza crust. So if you have a local Trader Joe's, go there and get their lavash. They're also not expensive. So what I'm going to be doing with this pizza is I'm going to have the crust. I'm then going to be using some thinned out refried beans as sort of the sauce layer, if you will. So literally all I did is I took a can of non-fat refried beans, water them down. Why did I water them down? Simply so that they're easier to spread. Okay, there's no magic there. It's just so that it's easier to spread. I'm then going to be adding some reduced fat cheese. I'm then going to be adding a ton of chicken to this. And then I'm going to be topping that off with some other toppings like some onions, some jalapenos. I'm also going to be adding some of this. It's like I don't know if it's a sauce or a salsa, but I'm going to be adding that once it is done cooking. But you will see all of that. So let's start assembly. This is half a can of non-fat refried beans that, like I said, I just watered down, spreading it all over the pizza. I kind of modeled this after like a Taco Bell Mexican pizza, RAP. So that's why I decided to have the refried beans on the bottom. And so then on top of this, I'm going to be adding 2 servings of cheese. Now, during my cooking days, one of the big things that they always told was, listen, you don't want all your cheese on the top or on the bottom, which I 100% agree. So when you're making a pizza like this, split your cheese so that half is on the bottom, half is on the top. It basically, when it melts, it acts like a glue to hold on your toppings better. So that way, when you're eating the pizza, just not all the toppings just fall right off. So then from here, I'm going to be adding my chicken. I believe that this was close to 400 grams of chicken. Yeah, it was a ton of chicken. So that's another big calorie component here. Otherwise, other than the chicken and the crust, this was a pretty low calorie option. Obviously with the cheese, I had 240 calories from the cheese, but that's not too bad. Otherwise, the other toppings that I used were practically 0 calorie. At least I consider them to be 0 calorie. You know, such things as onion and jalapeno. I mean, those are so low calorie that I don't even count them. So if you've watched a past video, I mentioned that my local fries has this new reduced fat Mexican shredded cheese. This is exactly what that is. I absolutely love it. Honestly, I can't even tell between it and like a full fat cheese. So highly recommend if you have a local Kroger or if you're in the Southwest and have a fries, go check it out. I did go there the other day and it was completely sold out. So, you know, it might be a limited item or it might be all the rage, who knows, but go check it out. And so with the way that I cooked this chicken, guys, it came out so freaking good. I mean, like I've said in the past, you need to really season everything, okay? I don't want to just see a dash of this, a dash of that. Season heavily, y'all. I want to see some flavor on your meat, okay? So with this, like I said, I seasoned heavily with paprika, cumin, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and like, you know, that's not a ton. So, like that's not a lot of variety. That's only what, 5 spices. So, you know, add spice to your life. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to start adding toppings. So this is just some thinly sliced white onion. For this application, I would recommend a white or yellow onion with like a red sauce. I would recommend, I mean, you could do a white onion, but I like red onion on a red sauce pizza. But after this, I'm going to add some thinly sliced jalapeno. I do it a lot because I really like spicy food. So I think it was like 2 full jalapenos that I thinly sliced and added to this. And so you might be thinking to yourself, like, yo, that is a lot of onion and that is a lot of jalapeno. Yeah, you're completely correct. But that's because, like I've already said, these kind of toppings are so low calorie that you can really stack up ingredients like this and practically not have any effect on your calories for the day. So that's exactly what I did here. So like I already said, this was a really high calorie meal. I might as well add as much volume as possible in order to make it really worth it as far as like not being hungry later on in the day. All right, so then what I did is, this was actually a mistake and a rookie mistake on my part, is I put this in a convection oven at I think 400 or 425 degrees for about 10 minutes. I shouldn't have used a convection oven. What happened is that, or I should have used a different temperature. What happened is that the crust was cooked and it wasn't as cooked as I wanted it to be, as far as the pizza goes, but it was perfectly fine. I ended up topping with some of this, I'll call it sauce here. And guys, it was absolutely fantastic. Would I make it again? Yes, but not with that crust, so that I can not have a 1,450 calorie meal. I'd rather, like, I don't know, even 1,000 calories would be better. All right, guys, so that is all for today. Workout wise, actually I had a big change of plans and the gym didn't end up happening. So instead I did my outdoor weighted walk as was planned, and then I did a kind of intense stretch along with just some body weight stuff. Still trying to feel out my neck and see how it's doing. But tomorrow I do have a big leg day, so we'll see how that goes. Once again, I'm going to record as much as possible, just depending on how busy it's going to be at the gym. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you are not already, be sure to subscribe. There's some big stuff coming to the channel. And you know, comment down below if there's anything you want to see. Be sure to like the video if you liked it. And as always, I will see you guys next time.